This is a story about an old car and a stupid plan. Because the good ideas are usually the boring ones. Because hey, what could possibly go wrong? I mean, look at this, how beautiful it is. Open road, mountains. After driving a few hours on bumpy roads, look what's back. Tarmac! What a welcome sight this is. Absolutely perfect. Okay guys, this is crazy. We have a speed record for today. We're driving over 40 kilometers per hour, and that for like, I don't know, more than 800 meters. Ooh, bump, careful. That was close, but look at this road. It's yeah, it's perfect. Forget about German highways. I mean, up here on 4,000 meters, that won't last for long, I guess, but it's a very nice feeling. Okay, we made it to the first settlement, high up on the mountains. That's how it looks here. In the background, my brother's getting some water at a pump. Okay, we're just leaving Rabat, a small first settlement in the mountains. Yeah, we got some water here, and now back to the Highlands. What is quite impressive about the Pamir Mountains is that they're changing constantly. I mean, suddenly the mountains in front of us are kind of red, so I guess there's a lot of metal inside the stone, which is rusting away. And before they're different colors, and then there's this green fields in between. With only a few hundred kilometers, you've got totally different mountains surrounding you, totally different views. Having a small lunch break at the roadside, and there's a small interesting and a bit sad fact about this region. I mean, look behind me, you can see a power cable which is broken. And yeah, in the Soviet times, actually there was power here. There was power, there was public transport, and the current Tajik government, well, if the president visits a town, they'll paint it new and they'll make sure that thousands of people dance on the soccer stadium, but they don't manage to supply their local people with a good energy supply. Not very impressive. I mean, even the Soviet Union managed to do that better. Okay, so once in a while along the route we meet our friend who's from Dresden and drives the old GS motorbike. He's our favorite motorbiker from Germany. He recommended us a spot. It's an old abandoned Soviet observatory somewhere here in the mountains, and we have a very, very vague location of it. And we decided to have a look at it. But the road again looks interesting, yeah? But Theodore, you know, our undercover off-road machine, can do it. Okay, so the road is stupid and a bit bumpy, but if you drive next to the road, it's completely fine. And maybe a bit wavy here and there, but the road is that as well. Oh yeah, absolutely unstoppable. Whole dry riverbed and it's very steep, so we added some small stones to get the nose up of the car. Okay, so driving here comes with quite a few challenges. One thing is the engine and the temperature, because water boils here at under 100 degrees, rather something like 85 degrees or so, I think, on over 4,000 meters. So yeah, when we stop the car and the pressure then the cooling system goes down, it stops steaming a bit, and that's not exactly great. And now you've got a nice small smell of coolant in the nose, which of course doesn't make me very happy, and neither does it make Anya happy, nor does it make Theodor happy. But the engine isn't hot, so actually it's fine. I guess we have to refill a bit coolant at some point. And second trouble is that there are quite a few riverbeds crossing the road, which have very small, steep holes, like this one here, which you cannot cross.
You can go there.
I mean, we already found alternatives before, but we bottomed out on the back, and Theodor got a little bit hurt, which of course makes everybody sad. But that's also, well, part of the game here, and something that's easy to fix, so it's no structural damage, nothing technical, just a bit of paint in the back of the bumper that I fixed myself. And a bumper that I like a lot because many years ago I was carrying it through a village with my, well, back then girlfriend, now wife. We took a train with it, carried it through a town we lived in, so it has some family history. So our challenge now is, maybe we'll be successful, we are arriving in an abandoned observatory from Soviet times to maybe find some boards that we can use to cross these small ditches on the way back. And for now I can already see the observatory on the mountaintop in front of us. And this absolutely amazing moon landscape here. It does make you kind of feel small, but yeah, it's beautiful here. In 4,200 meters, Theodor's standing behind us, cooling off a little bit. And yeah, it's a partially or completely abandoned settlement here, believe it or not. Has still some old broken trucks that we'll have a look at right now, and some very derelict houses standing here in this moon landscape. And right behind us on this mountain is the observatory that we'll have a look at a bit later. But first, Theodor's engine will cool off a bit and we look at these houses. Somebody home? Nobody there, I think.
I don't think so. But safety first, huh? Safety on the wall. And my safety feet on my feet, shoes on my feet. Perfect. So we'll look inside. Well, it actually looks like somebody might be living here. Doesn't look too derelict. This is pretty surreal. Look at this guy behind us. And then, yeah. I don't know, we didn't see anybody. One house looked a bit like somebody might live here in very simple conditions, but it's a ghost place here, definitely. Okay, to look around. So, the house behind us has a few rooms that look a bit like inhabited. But out of that, that's quite derelict. And kind of spooky here. Good to be here, not at night. And don't forget, we're on 4,200 meters, so I'm out of breath already talking to the camera while walking around. But you look at this side. Let's have a look there. These horns, they're everywhere. These horns, everywhere they're there for decoration, I guess. Okay, that looks scary. No idea what this is about, but this is actually spooky. Look around, and now the next challenge is to manage to cross this really steep road going up the mountain to the observatory at the top. And I'm not sure if Theodor can do it. I mean, normally yes, but with this thin air, the power of the engine is definitely very limited. So let's see if that's possible. Okay, this is all we managed. View into the village, perfect parking, and now we're going on foot the last meters up to the observatory. Okay, it's really steep. No wonder Theodor didn't make it. Up the hill. But you can see the first parts of the observatory somewhere there, so the goal isn't far and the sunset is coming. Okay, we made it to the top. And I mean, look at these mountains. Observatory right here, Anya's heading straight there. Absolutely crazy and beautiful. Headed to the top. Standing on the small abandoned building next to the observatory. And there's actually still a telescope inside, but it's quite locked. My brother found some, and let's go and check it out. Okay, now let's go to this guy. Okay, here it is. This view. Absolutely crazy. Photo bomb. We had the idea just to remove the ladder from the thing behind us and try to climb up into the observatory with it, but I promised my wife not to kill myself, so I'm not doing it. This thing is not. Could have worked, but it would have been too stupid to do that because it is dangerous, and the next hospital is not 1 hour, not 5 hours, not 8 hours, but probably 2 or 3 days away from here because we're at the absolute end of the world. So what we'll do now is we'll remove this thing again, put it a bit away from the tower so that we don't motivate any other people to do it. And we're going back to Theodor. Okay, we almost made it down. The sun is setting already. Finally we can see also Theodor again waiting for us. Spooky empty village in the background. Okay, we're leaving the spooky village and we'll head to a lake and see if we can have a camp there. The sun is setting already, so we shouldn't waste too much time. Kannst du aber auch die Kante hier angucken?
yeah, there we go. So we're driving a bit later than I like to drive. We're heading a bit towards the town already to have a camp already in the direction of Mugrab, the next town, where we could also get some coolant fluid that we desperately need. So we skipped the lake, which is in the other direction, just to be safe, because Toyota's health is the most important currently. Okay, a bit of nighty off-roading to a camping spot. We hope that next to this mountain you can see straight ahead. It'll be a bit shady, there won't be wind. So let's see. It'll be better there. We're setting up our camp somewhere in the mountains, and the first stars are already coming out. I think today the view will be absolutely perfect. Tent is almost finished, food is getting prepared. Vanya is also done with his tent. Yeah, long day on the roads. Okay, so the coolant situation is still not so good. We just added some normal water to the cooler because we're out of distilled water and cooling fluid, which is suboptimal. But in Mugrab we'll get some new cooling fluid in exchange. Cooling fluid in the entire engine, all the 10.5 liters. And now we're a bit worried because, I mean, the fluid goes somewhere, so somewhere the pressure doesn't hold well. If you turn off the car, you can hear hissing noise that you heard before. So this problem isn't fixed yet. Maybe it's the height, maybe it's the car, we'll find out. Okay, the absolutely great camp with amazing views onto the stars yesterday. And now we're leaving the camping spot, Mad Max style, off-road over the desert, savanna, whatever you want to call it, up here on 4,000 meters over sea level. So we reached the spot where we passed yesterday, and suddenly overnight water is flowing here, making it a bit more interesting to cross. So now we'll just try it carefully. Let's hope it works without any damages on the car.
Stopp mal! Und die Rampe noch ein bisschen verlängern. Mach noch mal kurz Motor. Ja, also, wie man sieht, haben wir hier so ein kleines Problem mit dem Böschungswinkel. Und, yes. So as you can see, we have a little problem with the, how do you say Böschungswinkel?
Böschungswinkel?
Yeah?
I don't know.
With the overhang of the car, which almost touches at the rear, and that's why I have to put some stones underneath the rear tires to lift up the back a bit, and then so we hopefully don't get any scratches, because the manual's rear bumper is very holdy, as the whole car itself as well.
Okay, we managed this small ditch, and the problem is it just goes down steep and then directly goes steep up again, and that's when the overhang of the car is a problem. And now we've got directly the next challenge. Bigger ditch. Big is actually good because the overhang is not such an issue, but it's very steep and rugged, and contrary to yesterday there's water inside, so we'll need to have a careful look here as well. Okay, we're building a road. Want to add some stones here, so that with the left tire we can drive through this bit, and the right tire on the other side of this ridge. Toyota's waiting. Okay, look at this masterpiece. The road is ready to rumble. Let's go. High security shoes are waterproof, of course, so nothing can go wrong. Okay, this valley was absolutely amazing. We had some challenging water crossings, We saw an abandoned little village that belonged to our old observatory. We climbed the mountain to the observatory, pushed Theodor to his limits, sorry Theodor, and had an amazing camp with an absolutely stunning, whoa, that's steep, sky. So absolutely beautiful starlit night last night, and now we just made it back on the tarmac, heading straight to Morgop.